We don't like this hand though. This hand is good. I like this. All we need is a Kaido Linlin and we have a chance against this Luffy. Welcome back, Sakura Crew. We have another video for you today. This time we're doing Robin in the current format, that is the op11 format. Now on the screen I have my previous deck. What I'm going to do is adjust this deck to the current format. I've already been playtesting some ideas. I just thought I'll change it on the sim. I haven't updated it on the sim yet. I thought I'll change it on the sim now so you can see some of my thought processes on why I'm removing some and what I'm putting in place. Now, I want to mention I was holding off on this because I was looking at putting in the Structure 26 deck, the Luffy from that, the SR. But in theory, it's really good for Robin because it bumps her up to a 7k. So the Luffy I'm talking about is this one. Now, it bumps her up to a 7k, but it takes away 2 Don for the turn, which sets her back a turn. And if you're to think about Robin as a whole, she discards a card to ramp 1. So to ramp 2, you need to discard 2 cards. So effectively, the way I look at the value of this Luffy is I lose 2 cards to play it out. Now, being a 7k leader at an early stage in the game, maybe I'm likely to stop 2 attacks, which would be 2 cards back to hand. So I'm preventing losing 2 cards. Oh, sorry, I might need to stop 2 attacks with 2 cards from my hand. So essentially, I'm at a net 0 for having it in my deck, is the way I look at it. And why waste a slot in your deck? Because the slots are so valuable in your deck. Everything is so crunched in that there's not much room for, things that aren't core, really. So it's not worth playing the card in my opinion. I'm still going to try it out when it does hit the sim. I might put 2 of in the deck. Certainly not going to be a 4 of because you don't want to see it on curve. It's going to be a 10 cost play. Whether it's worth it, not sure. It might be something that you play after bigger bodies. Anyway, let's have a look at what I am thinking here. So, what I want to do is definite inclusion into the deck is going to be the Katakuri. So, this Katakuri blocker, I'm going to make it a 3 of because it is a very strong card. It's going to synergize very well with Big Mom, as we've already seen the blue purple Luffy do. I do think it's going to give Robin a lot of defense as well. So I might be able to cut back on some of my defensive cards here. The other card that I want to play is going to be Pudding, and not the purple Pudding, but the yellow Searcher, because the yellow Searcher is a 2k and this one is 0k. I'm not really interested in looking at the top of their deck. I mean, if it was free, I probably would. If, this was a 2k and it had a free search, maybe I'd take that card. But the only thing I like this card over the other one is this one looks at the top 5, where this one only looks at the top. This one only looks at the top 4. I am going to opt for this, and I'm going to get 4 off because we are playing Katakuri, which is Big Mom. We are playing Big Mom. I'm going to leave Kaido Linlin in here in the list. I think it's still valuable. All right, so these are the inclusions that I want in the deck. What I'm thinking of removing is, because I've now got a good searcher for my top end, I don't need this because this is what this was for originally. I want to keep the Robin. because I've added 3 non-counter cards, I want to get rid of 3 non-counter cards. I've got rid of 2. I think I'm going to get rid of the Yamato and keep the Katakuri. I'm valuing Katakuri over Yamato because Katakuri offers that reach to an 8 cost, so I can remove an 8 cost. Yamato is a bit more variable in how she operates, and given the meta is going to be Blue Purple Luffy, which is a 3 life leader, not a lot of targets for her, and the rest is a like aggro style deck, so they don't want to have high life, or they're not going to have high life anyway by the time you get to play Yamato. So going to have to get rid of this Yamato from our list as well. Now the other ones that I'm looking to get rid of is this one, the Flaming Dragon King, and I don't think I'm going to need the Gamma Knife now, because if I get these on the board quickly, then I can actually overwhelm the opponent, and then they need to respond to my board. And if I'm up against a, I don't know, like a kid deck, a kid wall, a green kid wall, I feel like I can just play this out as an option to get around it. I'm still going to keep the Nami in to get rid of things like Rosinante. So I could potentially Nami a Rosinante and then play a Kaido Linlin, or use Kaido Linlin effect. But I think I'm not going to have too much trouble against a green wall. I'm at least going to get rid of one of these. I'm going to keep this, and I do like this card still. Now, there is another card I want in here. Because I want to hit my Kaido Linlin quick, I now need to ramp. I think I want to go first. Before, what I was doing is I'd go second and then use Kaido Linlin. But I think what we're going to try and do is rush the competition. And like with the thing that Robin has over other purple decks is she can ramp consistently quicker than anything else besides Purple Luffy. I think that's the most consistent ramper. But we put in 2 of these, and it is also searchable from putting. So then we can easily do 2 ramps from Robin, because we haven't got rid of any of our trigger cards. So we're going to consistently ramp with that. We've in fact got 2 more triggers from It's to Die For. It will still synergize well with Rosinante, because I'm keeping a healthy amount of triggers. You guys might be looking at this going, whoa, that is an insane amount of triggers, but I think I was up to 14 for EBO 6, so this is not quite as many as that. op11, let's call it ultimate. All right. Now, this is our ultimate build. We'll probably adjust it later anyway, but here's the thing. We need to get rid of 3 more cards to run sort of this package. And I'm thinking, because we're going for a ramp high end, we were playing Shirahoshi before because we didn't have anything really to play at the start. We were playing Shirahoshi and that 2 cost music card. We've now got Pudding and potentially this on turn 2. So we won't need this. It reduces our blockers, but we gain these big blockers. So we're not worried there. And I think it's now really a question of what to get rid of in this other slot. 1 Gamma Knife might be nice. It's going to be hard to use a Gamma Knife to play a Gamma Knife and these 9 costs. I think for the moment I'm going to drop Gamma Knife and see if I include it later on. And we're going to save this one down as Robin op11 Ultimate. This is the deck list. We're really trying to, as I said, triple ramp into this Kaido Linlin and go for it from there. We still have our funny tricks that we can do. When our Kaido Linlin's ready to swing, we can drop 2 Hawkins, or we can drop a Hawkins and a Robin. to get through, like that'll get through 3 life before the swing comes through. So that'll clear most things. It's not the main plan. The main plan is to go wide with Lin Lin, Kaido Lin Lin, and Kata, and just pressure them with Banish and these 3. We also have a rush option if we need it. Anyway, that's the deck. Let's jump in. I'm going to try and find 3, I guess a range of 3 matches that you might find in the op11 format, just to show you how Robin can tackle these matches. Hope you enjoy. We have Robin into Betty here. This will be our aggro matchup. Liking this enough. Let's keep this on. They're going first. It would be better if we had first, but that's okay. We have this new addition here. We'll find ourselves a Big Mum. This is our only Katakuri, but we won't need it for this matchup, so that's okay. Big Mum is still useful into this matchup. Because if I can get to that later game, I can remove their pieces and then start building back my life. So it's basically a 2-character swap over there, if that makes any sense. All right, we don't want to take anything unnecessarily at the start. Easy one to defend without putting us out. That's fine. Okay to lose that. Would prefer to keep it, but okay to lose it. All right, I'm almost tempted to play this one out. No, I'm not. I'm just gonna hit them in the face, because I would rather have this one as my ramp card. And then next turn, probably play out Hawkins. And, I mean, realistically, I should have just swung for 5 then, because they were likely to take it or discard one from hand, and either would be fine. And play out the Hawkins, and then I could have attacked back into their board. That would have been a better play. We will take this one, but we won't take this one. All right, this is looking good for us. We can play the Hawkins, like I said. The other thing I could do is just smash them with Robin here. So I might instead do that. Attack into this one, so they can't turn it into something strong next turn. Do I ramp? I don't think I need this one, so I'm not going to. I'm more likely to need the Hawkins than I do this one. And then I'll steal another life here, putting a little bit more pressure onto the Betty here. This is going very smoothly. So next turn we can get ourselves a mum, and we can chain the mum. So not liking their odds right now. We can take 3 hits, no worries. If they drop down a ramp, a rush, then questionable, but which one do we want to take? Now, let's just take this one here. This one, don't think they'll be able to get us. Let's just do that. Use trigger. This is looking like a pretty easy game at the moment. They have nothing here. They have absolutely nothing. So swing in. I could have presented the game. to get rid of some of these. That may have been better. We don't need to trash anything here. That's good. This is good. I like that. Do I want to give them a card is the question. I think I do. Just because I'm going to take one away. I mean, just because I'm going to put one back. So we're going to get rid of one Don. I don't think we need 2 of these. Well, we don't need this one. So let's get rid of that. And then we will get rid of this threat here, 1k to the bottom. End turn. Belo Betty, not a problem for Robin. Never has been. Just this Spanish effect alone is enough to shatter the glass that is Belo Betty. All right, they found themselves this Karasu, which is a good one to find. Not sure what their game plan is here. Because they don't want to attack with their blocker, surely. They have presented that way, though. Because what's the point with attacking with the blocker, really? If they're going in for board, maybe. But, you know, I'll take this, that's fine. We've got one random card and a 1k. Which means I just, like now they don't have their blocker. I attack with Robin, get rid of this. I attack with this one, they've got a 1k. I attack with Robin, done. Just waiting now. Yeah, so this is, I guess, a typical aggro matchup. We did get lucky with a lot of triggers, but didn't matter. Did not matter at all. We could have dropped the Katakuri before as a more defensive play. I mean, yeah, there we go. So yeah, we would have done one here to get rid of this. We didn't know it was a 0 counter, but would have got rid of the trigger anyway. Then we can 5k to get rid of this life and 6k. We knew this was a 1, so that was game. Anyway, let's find a different matchup just to show, I guess, the broad range that Robin can cover into this current meta. All right, Robin into purple Luffy. We want first. We don't want this hand. This is better. We have something here. All right, I don't think we'll double. I don't know that we'll get to double ramp, but we're going to try. We're going to hope. At the very least, we'll hope. And I don't think it's bad to have let them know what we've got here. I kind of like it, actually. Can I attack and drop this on? Gain 1 rested. Now, we need to... Did I say double ramp? I meant triple ramp. We need to double ramp with Robin and find It's to Die For, which should get us then to 10 on turn 4. Which means I need to find It's to Die For. Okay, this can help. This can help. If it was in the top here, we'll just grab another mum. And playing out mum next turn isn't the worst either. Not a lot of play. So I'm just going to swing in here, try and take 1 away here, and then do 2 with Robin to try and get another 2 or possibly 1 from life. And I think it's probably going to be 2. Ooh, they took that one. That's a bit crazy, right? we're going to do a Robin. I guess they saved it because this is Banish. Unless you're a trigger deck, that was not a smart move. Because it's not worth losing 2 to gain 1 card, essentially. Unless, yeah, the cards in your hand aren't great. That's fine. Nice little blocker we had there. All right, Big Mum is ready for us. We don't like this card, so we're going to extend the length of this game now. We could try and attack in. Like we're still safe next turn. They might drop something crazy. This card can be annoying, so we're just going to get rid of it. We've got Kaito Linlin next turn, so this sets us up pretty good for it. Drop 1. We're going to get rid of, I think, this Robin. Gain a life and put this onto the bottom. And we can still attack here. We don't need to trash anything now. They'll ditch 1 card. A 2k as well. And if they didn't waste the cards before, they would have been able to do this just fine with a Sanji. Alright. That's fine. Just a 1k here is good. I can defend it, but I'd rather use this to defend my board later. I'm still... actually... Am I okay? If I just take 1, then they won't be able to push through the Kaito. So I need to defend that. And they chose not to rush. Okay. We want to pressure here. Gonna do a light one here. Going to do another light one. Just want to try and get rid of as much from the hand as we can. And I mean, I could drop another Linlin, but this is even better. 3 attackers, they're not getting through this turn. They might take down this one, which is fine, because what we can do is load up all of our Don onto Robin, swing through, as long as they don't place a blocker. If they place a blocker, that changes it. Then we might need to use a Linlin and just try and extend it a little bit. Or we might split with these two. See what happens here. No blocker. Lose a Linlin, that's fine. Okay. Does that mean a blocker's coming out? No. No blocker. Just 1 card. Hey? One card. 4k. They do 4, they get 2 back. They've got 4 is 8 is 12. If they did get through, I'd be in trouble. But let's see what happens here. There's no point doing any less than max right now, because we're going to use them all. And now we'll finish it off. Return 10. Gain a life, trash a life, and see what they have here. They do have the giant. What else do they have? And we get through. All right, nice and straightforward. Robin into Luffy. Purple Luffy here. Let's find another one here. All right, we have a nice matchup here. We don't like this hand though. This hand is good. I like this. All we need is a Kaido Lin and we have a chance against this Luffy. We want to try and find a Kaido Lin. I'll take just a Lin, that's fine. So what we're going for is a triple ramp into a Kaido Lin. And we don't have the Kaido Lin yet. This one here. I think we do that next turn. I think we just attack this turn. Try and take one of these life away and we'll ditch this here. And then if they get something onto the board, we just take this one. We do want to cycle, but this could be useful with a... This could be useful. Gonna use it. Okay, that didn't help. We're going to get rid of one of these. I don't think we need that many. Okay. Not great, but we could stall him. I think we do that. We stall with a Nami. We'll ramp first. I'll use... I guess we're using this to ramp. And then we'll drop the Nami. Choose this one and end turn. Okay, stalled them a little bit. It just means now that there's no point doing another ramp this turn because if they double ramp this turn, then next turn they would be able to activate their Sanji craziness. I mean, at least draw 2 cards at the very least. Let us take this one as well. Not what we want to see. Okay. Bon Clay. And no Kaido Lin. So, our play is going to be dropping the mum and not ramping. So we don't need this card anymore. We're going to gain a life. We're going to put this one to the bottom and end turn because we can't do anything else. Next turn we play the Katakuri and then we can put on earlier pressure than they can with the Kata Big Mum. Which right now this feels really good. I can see in 2 turns me saying, their hand is too big. How am I ever going to get through this? Because we still need to... We've still got a couple of turns before we can take their life. And I think next turn we probably play just the Kata. I'm just thinking whether I want to use... I mean, they've got a Uso Hachi. They found the Uso Hachi. So they've got a 2k. But if I swing... Yeah, if I swing 7, they just 2k out of it. No point. I'll just use it for defense. And already the hands just feel, I said in a couple of turns, it's already starting to feel that way. God Thread, bye-bye Nummy. It's okay, because I wasn't able to attack with both next turn anyway. Alright, playing defensively, trying to stall us out now. All this takes, though, is if I find a Kaido Big Mum this turn, I was just hoping, really. If I found it, they would be in some serious trouble. We don't need to trash. They take one. Cutter down, end turn, get one back. All right. They should be doing a Sanji, I'm going to say Sanji Mum. I think it's going to be sort of telling. If they Sanji Mum, they might not have much counter in their hand. If they Sanji Kata, then maybe they're not too worried. They probably have the Kata. Now they've revealed a Sanji. So they're going to take a Sanji to hand, which means they can do this combo. All right. We're going to counter out. If I get rid of Hawkins, I lose my Kaido play, but that's okay. Because we don't want to take anything here. This will be their only hit, I'm sure. All right, and if they Big Mum, I'm going to drop Robin. Ooh, okay. They didn't have the Mum or the Kata. Okay. This is feeling pretty like it's game. Very, very strong board we have with when this drops. Restanding 2. Table's turned, hasn't it? Because whatever they put out, I KO. If they drop a Mum, I drop Robin. And then I've got 4 left to get through. And if I throw 4 on Robin, 9k swing, 8k swing, 9k swing, one of those should go through. I would be suggesting they would reserve everything for the Kaido Lin Lin swing. Because if they can get past that, they actually will crawl back quite comfortably. But what I might do is I might restand Kaido Lin Lin instead of this one and just go for 12k swings. Actually, no, I'm better to leave this one up. They revealed another Sanji. Okay, we just take this. Not sure what they're trying to do here. I don't want to give it to them. In case they've got that rush Luffy. Or that rush Luffy. All right, no blocker. Ooh. Doesn't help enough. All right, time to pressure. Time to pressure here. 2 cards. They got rid of a lot before. Not sure they're going to have the 2Ks. Yeah, okay. Very good, very good. Going to do... They've got a block. So both these need to go through. So the other thing I could do is Big Mum to put that at the top. That's not going to be worth it. Gets me a life though. I'm just going to, yeah, I'm going to swing like this. They want to save their giant. They want to save their giant. All right, so here's where we're at. If I use Big Mum, remove this, throw, leave one up. I don't use Big Mum. I just wipe that board. I think I can just wipe that board. I'm pretty sure I can just wipe that board here. I attack in 5. Yeah, I'm going to attack their board. 8, 1, 2. If I attack this one here, they just counter out. I'm not sure here. I don't know what the best play is. I'm going to Big Mum. Just to get the extra life. No, I don't want to wipe their board. I'm going to go, yeah, I'm going to have to do it. I go 3, 1, 2 here. Two more. Have to go for board. Yep. And if I just take out a Sanji, I'm not sure that they can wipe me here. Because I've got a bit of counter left behind me. All right, end turn. Yes, we're going to restand these two. So, all right, that took a bit of thinking, but quite complicated because what tends to happen is if you do the Kaido Lin Lin too early, and you don't get this hit through, they just build back. It's something that they can do. They can just come back from that position, and it's going to be hard for me to get my board back. I'm not running any Marias, so basically I'm almost killing them each turn until I'm back up, and by that time they just overwhelm me with their large hand. All right, they are going to do that, are they? If I'm going to not block, I'm going to use this one now, return to Don, get rid of Mum, choose this one, and use a putting here. Then my next one's going to be Hell's Judgment. If they drop 10, calculating this out, I think I need to use Hell's Judgment and not block with Kata. Because if they drop, actually the 8 cost. 8 cost 8,000. Can't counter out of that either. So the best plan of attack here is to use Hell's Judgment on these two. They committed one Don as well, so I think it is the Rush Luffy that's coming out. No blocker, Hell's Judgment. We need to return a Don onto these two. Resolve. Now I can still play out Kaido Linlin next turn if I save this Brule and ramp with Robin. Which they've got no Don up, so that is what I would have done. Counter in hand, 1, 2, 3. So I probably would have got through last turn. Yeah, I would have got through last turn. And they've just commented here, I was very dead last turn. So that indeed is true. Good game. Very interesting. Very interesting. Anyway, this is Robin in the current matchup. This game isn't typically how it goes. I have 2 Kaido Linlins in my deck, saw them both. Very lucky and still very tricky. So, yeah, really tricky, but it's doable. And into your other matchups with Robin, quite a smooth game. So she is one worth considering in the op11 meta. I will continue to use her because I have been for some time now. She is a very fun one to use. And if you do like me playing Robin and you like the Robin content, please drop a comment, let me know, and I will continue to put up Robin videos. Anyway, until next time, please look after yourselves and look after your decks.